Welcome to Where You Live. I'm your host, Chloe Hopfner, and today I am joined by Mayor Sean McIntyre, which means we have to be in the beautiful Sylvan Lake. Thank you for joining me, Sean.
Yes, and thanks for coming. We're so happy to have you.
So, Sylvan Lake is well known as a resort town, summer place to be, but the tagline is brilliant all year, and I'd like to hear your opinion on what that means to you in terms of this great community.
Well, we have so much to offer outside of the summer months, and don't get me wrong, Sylvan Lake is an incredible place to be all summer. We just had a weekend packed full of events, and we do offer those programs all summer. But winter is also an incredible time in Sylvan Lake with the activities on the lake, whether it's skating, snowmobiling, ice fishing, or just touring the beautiful downtown. Fall is an incredible time, especially September. If you're able to come in and enjoy our park spaces, our activities at the Nexor Center, they're wonderful. And springtime, when everything is beginning to bloom and turn green, really, all year is a fantastic time to be in Sylvan Lake.
I would have to agree. We love to come here as often as we can. Now, I know very well what it's like to be a tourist or a visitor in Sylvan Lake. It's a great place to come any time of the year. But I'm interested to know, what is it like to be a resident of? What is it like to live here in Sylvan Lake?
Well, Sylvan Lake has an incredible sense of community, and that is, we love to get together. First of all, we've got a ton of special events put on by volunteer groups or by the town of Sylvan Lake, and we get to come together and get to know each other and celebrate each other. But there's also an incredible sense of community just in our daily life. We're always looking out for our neighbors. There's always something to do. Our block parties are gaining tremendous momentum right now, and it's an incredible place to call home.
One of the biggest announcements that came out of Sylvan Lake this year is actually right down the street, the Nexor Center. What does this do for the community?
Well, the Nexor Center is a facility we are so proud of, and there really is something for everyone in there. Whether it's the Seniors Center, which is front and center in the Nexor Center, or the child minding space, the pool, the curling rink, the running track, the meeting rooms, and would you believe there's also 2 NHL-sized ice surfaces in there. But it really is this multi-purpose facility where the whole community can come and get together.
How did you fit it all in one building?
Well, it took a lot of work, a lot of creative engineering. We actually took out a street to bring it all together, and it was absolutely the right decision to have everything under one roof for everyone to come and enjoy. You've got to come experience it.
It's definitely going to be a hub for the entire community. Now, let's backtrack a little bit to the beginning of summer. There was a massive windstorm. It took a hold of all of central Alberta, and especially considering you guys have a beautiful beachfront, I'm sure it did quite a bit of damage as well. What was the damage like, and what's the reconstruction looking like for you guys?
Well, that storm in June really did hit us hard. We lost a tremendous amount of trees, both in the provincial park and throughout our community, but thankfully we had people right on top of it, our town crews, and even the people cleaning up their own properties. Sylvan Lakers scrambled together to recover from that, and right now you'll still see some tree stumps on Lakeshore Drive, but we're looking forward to replacing those trees, and we're just about back to business as usual. But if you're careful to look, you'll see a few people still recovering from that storm. It was intense.
Now let's talk about the Waterfront Redevelopment strategy. What is that going to look like for the community?
Well, this all stems around a very strategic purchase that the town of Sylvan Lake made, and that was the former water slide site. When word came to us that those water slides were coming down, we had a decision to make. Were we going to let someone else decide the future of this very strategic point of land, or was that something that we wanted to take control of? And we took the plunge, and we purchased that. It's called Lakefront Park, and right now it's sod and trees and just another wonderful place to come together. But we are entering into an intensive public consultation process to determine the future of Lakefront Park, and we are working to integrate that with the downtown as a whole. So we don't want to have just a wonderful development or a park in one position. We want that to permeate throughout the downtown and it all to work together in our residents' best interest.
Okay, so the community has an opportunity to voice their opinions on what they think would add to that area and Sylvan Lake in general?
Absolutely, yeah. We encourage everyone to keep an eye on sylvanlake.ca, our website, or our Facebook or Twitter feeds, and we'll be announcing those dates to make sure that everyone in Sylvan Lake has an opportunity to contribute to the future of the downtown.
Do you have any suggestions as to what it could be?
Well,
Some options to help the community start brainstorming?
I've got all kinds of suggestions, but I really do want to save them for the public consultation process, because this town belongs to all of us, and the downtown belongs to all of us, and I am one of 14,816 residents that will have a say on what the future of that area will look like.
As a steady visitor, I suggest you make a full-time movie theater outdoors, considering what a success the Jaws on the Lake was that happened earlier in the summer. Can you speak to the kind of surprise that happened there?
Jaws at the lake was such an incredible event, a smashing success, and the people who actually put the movie on estimated the crowd at over 3,000 people. Wow. And it really was amazing. So we had a two-sided movie screen in Lakefront Park, so you could either watch from the land or the water, and the water and the land were absolutely packed with people. So whether people were in floaties or pool noodles or canoes, kayaks, pontoon boats, the water was packed, the land was packed, and actually the water on the other side, on the east side of Lakefront Park, was also packed. So it was just so great to experience something like that with such a great crowd. I was totally pleasantly surprised.
I feel like that event kind of sums up what you're talking about what it's like to live in Sylvan Lake. Because yeah, of course, everyone in central Alberta and in Alberta and practically parts of Canada, I think, heard about the event. And then, of course, the entire community comes out in spades, celebrates it, and makes it into something that could have been just a regular weekend event and turned into something huge.
It ended up being extraordinary, and the really cool thing about being a part of it was, and this again speaks to the community in Sylvan Lake, is everyone was looking out for each other. If there was a lost child, or if floaties were bumping into each other in the water, everyone was checking to make sure everyone else was okay. And that's just the heart of Sylvan Lake, is we love our community, we look out for each other, we love getting together, and Jaws, watching it from the water or the land, was such a great example of that.
So what else is to come looking forward to the next year in 2018?
Well, we've got a lot of things coming up in Sylvan Lake, and that includes infrastructure. So we're looking to build a new water reservoir to secure our water supply for the community. We're working on building a wastewater pipeline to the city of Red Deer, so that'll be a major project for us. And of course, we're always looking at our roads, our sidewalks, our transportation networks as our community continues to grow. So we've got new residential subdivisions coming online. We've got plans for new industrial subdivisions coming online. And because we're always growing, we're also always making sure that our infrastructure is ready, not just for tomorrow, but for the next generations. Right. And that'll be our major focus in 2018, as we're also planning the future of Lakefront Park and our other recreation amenities.
Right. Between tourism and industries, they're all coming together to make a bigger and better Sylvan Lake.
Absolutely. And we're always focused on being resident focused and visitor friendly. So whether you live here or whether you're coming in to visit, you're welcome here.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Sean, for joining us. And we are going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we are going to be visiting one of your beachfront ambassadors to learn what there is to do on the beautiful beachfront here in Sylvan Lake.